Welcome to Monday night. Welcome to Note Night in America, everybody. Glad to have you all here after a couple week hiatus, taking some time off to recharge the batteries. We had a great in-person workshop here in Austin, Texas, with an amazing group of people. I see some familiar faces on the call tonight. Hey, John. Hey, everybody. Hey, Peter. See some other folks that are joining us here. Also on YouTube, we are live streaming across YouTube as well. So if you're listening to this, you can catch the live replay there on our YouTube channel. We closed on TV. But anyway, glad to be back here for Note Night in America. Tonight's topic, as I go through some of these things, is kind of designed for you to make the most out of the fourth quarter. And, you know, there's a lot of folks out there saying that we're not going to see a huge amount of foreclosures. And I would agree to that in some specific specifications. We are seeing a market stressed already. We are seeing banks stress when it comes to their portfolios, whether it's primarily a lot of their commercial debt is in default. I'm seeing a lot of hard money lenders, mezzanine lenders, who are looking to offload their debt as fast as they can too, because they're afraid that they're going to be stuck holding notes that aren't at 70% of the dollar or 70 cents on the dollar. They're at 80, 85, 90 cents a dollar. I got a big portfolio today of mezzanine liens from a bank. I got a list of notes from a DSCR originator, debt service coverage ratio radio, on some stuff that was performing that they're looking to get rid of. So I was thinking about what to discuss tonight over the last couple of days as my brain fog from building everything up to the workshop is slowly starting to part a little bit. And I started thinking, what can I give you the most impactful now that you can make most of the use of in the next couple months? Because banks are now starting to talk about, okay, we need to move some stuff off our books. That gap between what investors want to pay for it and what banks want to sell that is still, there's a bit of a divide there, but that divide is getting smaller and smaller every month, every week, as different things tighten up in the industry. And I really do believe we're going to see a lot of distressed debt, especially on the commercial side, coming to a fruition here in the next few months, especially as we get to the fourth quarter. As banks like, okay, they want to dump this off before the new year, before the new numbers, and get on with it. I don't think they're gonna wait around till the election. I just don't believe that. I really truly believe that they're realizing they've got to move it, because if they wait that long, it's gonna be too late and it's gonna be a big mess for them. Now, on the residential side, are we seeing non-performing stuff? Yes, we're seeing non-performing stuff. I'm always cracking up at some of my buddies out there who are in the foreclosure space are always talking about the fact, we're not going to see another 2008, 9, and 10 again. I'm going to agree with them 100%. We're not going to see that huge wave of 15 million homeowners underwater. But we are already seeing defaults. And the fact that if we're in the note space, the distressed debt space, we're seeing stuff before it ever hits the foreclosure market. We're seeing it 6, 12, 18, 24 months in some cases before it ever goes to the foreclosure market. And the reason you're not seeing it is because investors like you and me, you guys and gals out there that are watching or listening to this, are buying this stuff up at significant discounts and then either working out with a homeowner or then taking it to foreclosure, but maybe not taking it as a dramatic way, because we have a lot more flexibility by buying the note and would rather sell it at the auction at 90 cents a dollar versus trying to get the full amount and taking it back. So I've had these conversations. I laugh when I see people say, you're not going to see anything in Dallas. You're not going to see anything in Houston. You're not going to see anything in St. Louis. Well, that's correct. You may have your market down to specific, numbers, stats that fit your market, but there is this distress taking place everywhere. People are having a harder time paying bills. People are having a harder time staying in their houses. People are being laid off of work. We know this. You don't have to have a blind eye to what's going on in the world, that everything is getting more expensive. I mean, food's getting more costly. You just saw what happened in Dallas last week with the food run on Costco and Sam's Clubs for all the rice that was basically bought up because India decided not to export rice anymore. That's just one thing that can happen, okay, to cause craziness in the world. And we're only a few rumors from things tanking in a lot of cases. So if who knows what happens if we enter World War III with Russia. Some people say we are already in there. We're just in a stagnant space with them. Who knows what happens? But anyway, what I'm going to do is try to teach you something tonight that's going to make the most impact on you in the next 120 days. All right. Something that you can use to find deals at discounts and make things happen. Because these three things, three on finding deals and really three on your marketing and raising capital side, need to be done really on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not doing these things of some sort, and I get it, you get a busy schedule. You work 40 plus hours a week. Well, there's no crying and note buying. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are things you can do all around your work schedule. These are, you don't have to be a 40, 50 hour a week note investor to get these things done. These are all very simple things that you can accomplish. So take some notes, talk about these things. If you need me to walk you through and give you some ideas on some stuff, I'm glad to do that. If you attended our class in Austin, Texas, this might be a bit of a recap for you based on stuff that we discussed on the Friday and Saturday days there. If you really enjoyed it, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. For those on here, what you really liked a lot too. I know I've gotten some comments from folks, but I'd love to hear from you guys here tonight as well. What really stood out for you during the 3 days? I know it's been 2 weeks, but hey, I love seeing people taking action, make things happen. So anyway, let's go back here to what are the 3 things on the deal finding side and 3 things you need to be doing on the funding side for raising private capital side to make some things happen. All right, come on, share my screen. All right, come on. Peter, love the on-hand training. Thank you very much. Let's do recap. Yeah. Okay, good. Yep. You love what we're gonna talk about tonight. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, here we go. Now that my slide is doing. Okay, so these are, let's just talk about it. First thing first, it all starts with having deals. Okay. And in my email I sent out, I said, do you feel lucky, punk? You know what I mean? You know, make my day. Well, I'm trying to help you make your day. And here's the thing. You can just continue doing what you're doing and think you're going to be lucky. You're not going to find anything. You've got to do things that others aren't doing, but they're not difficult. On what I'm going to talk about. Everybody can do this. It's not difficult. The first thing is really simple. Go over to LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, go get you one. And start searching for special asset managers or secondary marketing managers on LinkedIn. And just search for them, special asset managers, secondary marketing managers, and then just start sending them a message. Connect with them. Hey, love to connect with you. I think you're the right person at your bank or institution that has non-performing notes on residential commercial properties. I buy distressed debt for my own portfolio. Would love to talk with you about what you might have. Very, very simple. The reason I'm going to tell you guys to do this is because it works. I had phone calls today from different people. I had phone calls last week that I talked with people who were doing this because they heard me talk about it on one of my podcast episodes or Note Night in America here, and they're getting tapes sent to them. And you get a tape sent to you, of course I'm going to jump on the phone with you. Of course I'm going to try to help you out with that. Literally, as I went live, the guy that I talked to earlier today, he sent an updated tape to me, hopefully with pricing expectations on it, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. But this is something you can do on your phone from your laptop, whether you're sitting in front of the TV watching Netflix or binging, you know, Game of Thrones or Witcher or whatever you're binging. Maybe you're binging Too Hot to Handle, okay? And you need to get Too Hot to Handle, all right? Start connecting with asset managers, secondary marketing managers, chief credit risk officers, or even note sellers on LinkedIn by taking note investors, note sellers. Really simple to search. You'd be surprised how kind of obvious the stuff is, but it's not hard to do. You just got to do it. You can do it. All right. One of the things that I challenged myself when I first started off as a note investor, really when I planned to flag, say, okay, I'm only going to focus on note investing, is I challenged myself to be connected to 100 asset managers in a year. Now, what I did 2 things. I would pick up the phone and dial for dollars, or I would also jump on LinkedIn and start connecting with asset managers at 10 a day, 10 to 20 a day, whatever LinkedIn would allow me. You could actually do more on your phone than you can on your laptop, okay? So literally going over to LinkedIn, the free version works fine. Just connect with people. It may limit you to 20 connections a week, but that's okay. 20 is better than nothing, okay? But just start connecting with people on LinkedIn or any other note sellers you know of, you know. Those are the important things. A third thing you can do, look at past and future note investing servicing conferences. No, I'm not talking about like the Distressed Mortgage Expo in Nashville. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm not even talking about Note Camp, or I'm not even talking about the Note Expo, Eddie's event in October. Yeah, there'll be some note sellers there, but they're not the folks that you're looking for. You want to find people that have tapes that you can buy, you can get from direct sources versus the overcharged prices that some of these events have with these sellers they go to. There's a lot of fish in the sea. You just got to send out some more lines in the water. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about imn.org and looking at their default servicing companies, because they will literally publish a list of past and present attendees with not names, but they'll give you company names and job titles. Western Secondary Marketing, you can see who the banks that are going to that are as sponsors and reach out to them. You can go to the California MBA, the Mortgage Bankers Association for California, and look at their members, the companies that are part there, and reach out to them. Your local Mortgage Bankers Association for the state that you live in. Texas is a very popular one. Okay. Those are great places to go to. You can look at servicing conferences, loan servicing conferences. I always crack up my buddy Mike out of Exchange, Mike Sauceda out of Exchange.loans. Once a month, he goes in and does a search for special asset managers or secondary marketing manager as job titles on LinkedIn. And it literally is like 100 companies that are looking for people in the distressed asset space, which those are great companies to reach out to. Okay. So look at your servicing conferences, pick up the phone, start reaching out to servicers and say, hey, who do you have? Do you have any clients that have non-performing stuff they want to get off their books? Do you have a business development rep that I can talk to take and start talking to them? Just start getting the conversation going. Because here's the thing, people, if they don't have something now, it's okay. You want to start planting those seeds. You want to start making those connections. So when they do have something, you're the person they think of. How do you reach out to them? You reach out to them on LinkedIn, you shoot them an email, you pick up the phone and dial for dollars. Now, number one and number two, start connecting with asset managers on LinkedIn and start connecting with note sellers on LinkedIn. That's pretty freaking simple. Just search, do a search, Google search, LinkedIn search for this job title. Go to secondary marketing conferences or servicing conferences, do a search for those and see what's popped up in the last year or two. You might even be surprised by what you find. All right. IMN.org often has 3 or 4 different events you can go to and take a look at that. That takes a little bit more work, but guess what? You can leverage LinkedIn to help solve that issue. Okay. Pretty simple to do. It's not hard to do. So let's go through a couple of these. Let me share something with you. All right. So if we go over here, let's go to LinkedIn. All right, all you got to do is go up here at the top and just type in secondary marketing manager. Boom. And click on people. And just start sending people these connection requests. Okay. I would probably spend time sending it out to people who have actual photos. If they don't have a photo, they're probably not on quite a bit. All right. But just start sending them a message. Hey, are you the right person at your company that handles your note sales? I would love to talk to you about if you got anything on your books you're looking to get rid of. Okay. Because here, if you look at this, if I do this and change this from to my just first degree connections, these are all people that I've connected with from doing this. It's not hard to do. You just got to start looking. There's even groups out here. If you change this from people to groups, secondary marketing, there's 5,000 members in it. And just start looking at the members. And just start going down these a little bit at a time and looking for secondary marketing specialists like this Kirill Patsev. All right. Just secondary marketing manager at First Republic Bank, Christian Clemens. I mean, they're literally, look at Cal Ewing, one of my coaching students in here. That's awesome. Congratulations to Cal for doing what we tell them to do. But this is a free group to join. Just start connecting with people. It's not hard to do. Okay. If we go back here to the home, what will you find if you type in note sellers? Well, let's type in note seller and type in, see, it pops up. We click on people. There you go. You start getting some people there. Charles Johnson. Let's do people. 1.37 million people say they note seller, note buyer, seller, note seller, leads for sale, seller financing, note specialist. So you'll get some folks in there do the owner financing. I'm not going to really spend some time on the owner financing. I'm looking more for the distressed stuff side, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, let's click on note sales. That's another popular search there for people. There you go. You see some stuff in there. Kent Rayburn, Nancy Wolf, student of mine. This stuff works. You just got to spend a little time and reach out and touch someone, not in a creepy, too long way, but just reach out. Hey, what do you have in your books? What do you have in your books that you're looking to get rid of? This is one of the most important things you be doing out there. Okay. All right, let's go back to our thing here. Oh, when you look at servicing conferences, okay, let's look there. Loan servicing conference. Servicing Solutions Conference, MBA Servicing Solutions Conference and Expo is the event for mortgage servicing professionals. There you go. Mortgage Bankers Association, pretty easy to do. And what's great on here, you can actually go on here and almost search for people. The attend. Oh, what the heck is this? The attendee list. This is new. This is not something I was looking at earlier. Wow. So I want you to sign in. So you need to create you a profile in the Mortgage Bankers Association, which is easy enough to do. See, I'm down here, log in. It's, look at that, only registered, so they've changed that up. Okay, well, that's all right. The great thing is you can look at speakers, you can look at often do a membership search and go from there. Let's see if it'll let me do anything on that. Oh, maybe not. But look at all these companies on here. There you go. Let's go back, and there was a couple other searches that popped up there that I thought was pretty cool. Come on. So like, okay, so you have the MBA, which we just looked at, National Mortgage Servicer Association. There you go. Let's click on events on that one. National Mortgage Servicing Association. This would be a good one to go to. So when is this one? It's in DC. September 18th to 20th in Dallas, Texas, the 5-star. Yep. I've been to this one before. Let's see if it gives me members. If it gives you member organizations, it's okay. There's a lot of companies. You can start looking for special asset managers, secondary marketing professionals at all these companies. I've bought from some of these, but that's exactly what I did. Bank of Oklahoma Special Assets. Okay. Pretty simple to do. Let's see here. It's under resources. Click on events. It may be the only event they have up here right now, because it's in just over a month. Anyway, that's what you can do. Not hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. Just use the power of Google. Okay. Just to do search. events. Let's see, we got somebody on here. Michael and hey, Mike and Tamara, good to see you guys. Great to see you guys from San Antonio. It was great hanging out with you here in Austin, Texas. I hope you had a great time. All right. Another thing, let's go back here to, let me bring up my thing to do. That's pretty what you can do to find deals. Just start doing that, start reaching out, spend some time, a little bit of time, heck, hire a VA to do it for you a little bit. Okay, now let's talk about raising capital, because you got to have some capital raised. So many people will not do these three things because they don't have any private capital raised. And you got to start reaching out to your network. You got to start talking to people about what you're doing. If you've already been a real estate investor, you've probably raised some capital from friends and family and others out there to help you close on a fix and flip or rehab. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. So start emailing your database, start developing your database, go on and start connecting with real estate investors on LinkedIn, start going to your local real estate club. All right. Start getting out and networking with people that are pulling the triggers. Look for young real estate professionals. There's often a lot of the bigger cities will have a young real estate professionals, may not have a lot of capital with young real estate professionals, but they've got a network you might be able to plug into. Okay. Going to BNI groups and networking with BNI professionals is a great thing to do. Okay. But start developing and emailing your warm database. The next thing to do is, besides emailing and just reaching out to folks and networking, is start sharing case studies, properties you're looking at, deal flow. I mean, one of the great things that we did at our not our master, but our class, is we had a bunch of case studies that we went through that I gave the class, and we kind of walked through them. We didn't get through them all, but we got through about 10 to 15 of them. Maybe not 15. I take that back. Probably about 10 actually, over the course of 3 days, that gave people the opportunity to see what I'm seeing. And like today on my WCN crew call, the Money Mondays that we do at noon with our monthly $97 a month members, we pulled up a tape. We looked at 14 notes that had strike prices, and we found one and basically said, hey, use this photo, talk about what you're doing. If it's going to return an 19% at the strike price, why mess around much? And you might ask for a little bit more of a discount, but it's a good looking piece of property, a lot of emotional equity. If you can buy this and give somebody a 9% return, and you're going to take home a 10% return yourself, what's wrong with that deal? Nothing, right? And that's what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to start sharing deals with your warm network. 80% of sales are made after the fifth contact. The problem is that most of us, we send one email blast, we do one post, and we don't do anything afterwards because nobody reaches out. That's normal. That is so normal, but we give up on ourselves because we just don't understand the law of marketing. Okay. All right. Now, one of the great things that you need to be doing is the third part. And actually, Peter Pedro, good to see you, Peter, actually just said this in the chat roll. He said, send out 30 letters to SDIRA investors this week. My short goal is 20 to 30 letters a week copied from the manual. You're welcome. And how do you do that? You go on your county records. You start looking in the appraisal districts for people that have used their self-directed IRA, Quest Trust, Equity Trust, Pensco, Mid-Atlantic. There's a whole lot of them out there all across the country. And they're going to give you a mailing address. They're going to give you the property address that they bought it, and they're going to give you a mailing address. You just got to double check the mailing address, make sure it's not the IRA company. But they're literally giving you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to search for in just a few minutes, that you can pull the mailing address, drop a letter out, a postcard. Hey, I see that you're a real estate investor, that you use your IRA. Are you looking to fund more deals? Are you looking for more more opportunities? I would love to talk with you. I'm a note investor. I come across phenomenal deals all the time. I'm always looking for funding partners or stuff like that. Okay. This is not difficult. This is going to be last thing here is going to be the most labor intensive, because you got to pull a list. You got to print a postcard out or create a letter. And then guess what? You got to actually send the damn thing. 20 to 30 a week is great because you can manage that. 50 a week is what I would say. But the fact is, I know you're probably going to miss out on that. 20 to 30 a week is very manageable. I mean, in the class, we pulled, I don't know, Peter, what did we pull in the class? 1,020 minutes, maybe 30 minutes by looking at a couple different counties. That's way more than most people need. You need a list of 200, 300 IRA investors to help you find 6 to 10 IRA investors, with the average IRA investor having 150 grand or more in their account, That's $1 million in private capital that you can do a lot with. Okay. But this is not difficult. These 6 things, once again, let's do a quick recap. I'll open up for questions. Start connecting with special asset managers on LinkedIn, chief credit risk officers, whole loan trading desk. That's another great thing to search for. And start connecting with note sellers, looking for note sellers, Googling on LinkedIn, Googling note sellers, okay? Going and looking at past and future note conferences and servicing conferences for the people that are attending it, the companies that are attending it, and reaching out to them. One second here. Start developing your email list with your warm database. You got to start emailing your database on a weekly basis, ladies and gentlemen. Start sharing things of what you got going on. Start sharing case studies on your social media and your email market. And then start marketing to self-directed IRA investors. Now, Kenny, thank you. Kenny on here asked the question, hey, how do you market to self-directors and where do I find them? Okay, Kenny, I'm about to blow your mind. All right, I'm literally going to blow your mind. This is one thing we cover in our 3-day class. And you're going to absolutely love this. Now, Kenny, where do you live? Kenny, if you can type in what part of the country you live in, city, state, and if you know the county, type in the county, okay? The first website you guys need to know, and we'll go through this and then we'll call it tonight. This is Netra Online, netronline.com. Kenny lives in Houston. Okay. You know that would be, what county is that? That's Harris County, okay? All right, so the website, let me put this in the chat roll so you guys can actually pull this up yourself. netronline.com. I got the spinning wheel here. My chat roll's not responding, but anyway. All right, so got a Netra Online here. And then you're going to click on there we go. You're going to go to Public Records Online. Click on there, Public Records Online. Access Public Records Online. And this takes you over just to a website that basically links all the public records out there, okay? Now, since Kenny lives in Houston, Texas, we're going to click here on Houston, Texas. And then we're going to go over and change the county to Harris County. Now, not every state will work this way because some states have privacy laws like California, Arizona, Maryland, Virginia, even Minnesota won't let you search by what I'm about to share with you, okay? But that doesn't mean you can't market other places. So when somebody buys a property with their self-directed IRA, the property has to be listed at the appraisal district, not John Smith. It's got to be Quest IRA or Quest Trust Company for the benefit of John Smith or for the benefit of account number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So you just click here, go to Data Online. We're going to click on the appraisal district. And since Quest is big in Harris County, we're going to search by the owner name. We're going to type in, look at that, Quest Trust, hit search. And we just found 214 records, just like that, of people who have used their IRA. Now let's just click on one. Let's just pick. Let's pick a random one here. So we click on this one. All right. So you see here, Quest Trust Company for the benefit of Hyonak Song IRA. Okay. Now the mailing address is 17171 Park Row, Suite 100. That's actually Quest IRA's mailing address. You would want to mail a postcard or a letter to that address. I would mail it. I would actually do a search to see if Hyonak Song owns any other real estate in Harris County, which they probably do. But then you could always mail it to the mailing address and say care of the property owner or care of Hyung Song or Quest IRA. In some cases, it's not going to show the name. Let's see if we can't find one like that as an example. Let's just go down here a little further and click on this one here, 412 North Bryant Street. Like Ethan and Rafek. Okay, same thing, mail address there, but the property address is 412 North Bryant Street. Okay, we'll just mail it to Bryant Street. Let me try to find one, different one here. Scott McKenzie. Okay, here you go. Look at this. Quest Trust Company for the benefit of Scott McKenzie IRA. But the mailing address is not the Park Row. It's 9522 Leaning Tree Lane. That would be Scott McKenzie's mailing address to send it to. Okay. Now, does that make sense, Kenny? What I just showed you on here? I know that Michael and Tamara are excited because they had a lot of questions about this. We went through it several times in class, so I'm sure Mike is appreciating the recap on this. What do you say? Like I just said, send them a letter. Hey, saw that you used your IRA to buy a piece of property. Are you looking at any more deals? I'd love to talk with you about potentially funding or partnering on some deals together. Now, that's just on the appraisal district. Now, in some cases, we go through this a lot, and we'll also include the sample letters and postcards and stuff like that in our manual there for you. So now we just went through the appraisal district. It should work pretty much like that for all appraisal districts across the country if they allow for you to search by the owner name. When they don't allow you to search by the owner name, you got to go to the clerk. And this is a little bit different. When somebody lends money from their IRA, there's going to be a deed filed in their name or in the IRA name as the lien holder, right? So we're going to go down here and search, do the same search, but we're going to search. You're going to want to limit this a little bit. So let's just do this year. Let's do the last, actually from last year. So today is, we'll just say 08-01-2023. And let's just go over here. Let's do the grantor Quest Trust Company, and we'll just do a quick search. Actually, we do the instrument. Let's do a deed and do a search to see what pops up. So now you have this list of deeds that popped up. Okay, I don't know how many popped up here. Just a couple. That's okay. A couple's better than none. You see, Caroline Allison IRA. If we click on the deed, it's a deed to trust. Great. Let's click on here and see if it lets us look at the actual deed. It wants us to log into it, which is fine. You can log into it. I've got a pass. It's free to log in, so you might as well just create your login. Most people would give up at that point and whine, I can't get into it. Well, try logging in. It's free to do. All right. Give it a second here. Let's open up actually the recorded deed. And see there, Quest Trust Company for the benefit of Caroline Allison IRA. That's the mailing address for Caroline's IRA at Quest. So you just find another name or see if she's got in Houston, Texas, and see if she owns other stuff. Caroline Allison IRA. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see. We have it here. Go back here. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's just see if Caroline has anything. Allison, nope, she didn't have anything, but that's okay. Just search. It's just a matter of searching. You could do a Netra, you could not Netra, you could go to White Pages and search for things. But the point is, just mail the letter out. Mail out to the investor address. You'll find stuff. Okay. Now, if we go back here to where was I just at? Damn it all. Oh, here's the Adobe. We go back here, do a different search. Let's take it off the grantor and put in the grantee, Quest Trust. See what pops up there too. Let's take the deed off. Okay, so we did Quest Trust and it gave us the same. That's not right. All right, let's do it one more time here. Let's do a different date. Still do the deed search. Okay. All right, so that gave us, we took it back to 2020 and it gave us a whole lot more. Like you can see here, like Bradley Moore IRA, Eugene Liu, James Anthony Palazzo, Newtown Oswald. There's 4 investors right there. Adrian Phelps IRA, Primes Anthony. So that's the great thing to look at. There's literally hundreds of IRA investors at your fingertips. You just have to reach out to them, drop in a postcard, and follow up with them. Now, 200 names, 200 postcards, I get it. That's $200+ bucks. if it's costing you $1. If it's costing you $2 to print something and mail a letter out, guess what? That's $400. But all you need is one investor to reach back out to you with 25 to 50 grand, and it's literally going to blow your mind, because now you've got private capital coming from you that you didn't think about. This literally blows people's minds every day I talk to them. I talk to private investors that are calling up, they're trying to raise capital all the time, these big funds. And I'm like, are you reaching out to any IRA investors? They're like, no, I don't know how to do that. We're having to do this dog and pony show and try to and make it hard. I'm like, do this. This is much easier for you. And it really literally is. So any questions about that? Once again, let's go back and do a quick recap of what you need to be doing. You need to be marketing, emailing, developing your email database, your warm database, your local REIA clubs, definitely important. Even if you've got an unfriendly real estate club, go there, grab some cards and add those people to your database, okay? Start sharing case studies to your social media, your following, your email blasts, do that. And then also start marketing to self-directed IRA investors and send them a postcard, send them a letter. Just start doing these 6 things. It's so important to do, okay? But if all I could do was a few things versus doing all that we do, we've got the podcast, we've got the Night in America webinar, we've got a lot of things that we do that drive in business to us, right? That drive in deals, okay? If I had to start all over, that's exactly what I would be doing. Simple, do it around your work schedule. You don't have to put in 40, 50 hours a week to be successful in this no business. You just need to know what to do and what not to say. Because you can screw stuff up by not saying the right things, and you don't want to do that. So any other questions, comments, concerns, things they like to talk about? Marcy would like to know, how can we rewatch this? Well, it's really simple, Marcy. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to weclosenotes.tv, click on that link I just put in the chat roll. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. This is live streaming on YouTube. You can watch the replay there as many times as you want. What part of the country are you in, Marcy? San Diego. So San Diego, you're not going to be able to search the appraisal district. Let me go and show you that why it's not, because it's not going to let you do a search by the homeowner's name. But you can do it in Houston, Texas. You can do it all over Ohio, right? You do all over the country. But let me just give you an example. So you're going to be in San Diego County, California, but you can do, I think the county recorder allow you to do it. So let's go to California. The communist state of California. We need to get you out of San Diego. I mean, San Diego is great, but you know, the rest of the state's kind of goofy. All right, so California, we're going to change the county to San Diego County. All right, so if we go, you see the assessors, it's not going to let you search there. Kenny, I can't answer that tonight. If you want to know what you should say or what you should not say to the IRA investors, I'd say sign up for my workshop. We haven't updated the schedule yet. If you go to notebuyingfordummies.com, I'll have an updated date. We're going to have an online class, 100% online class, sometime in October or early November, probably early November, right after Thanksgiving. And then we'll have an in-person class here in Austin, Texas, probably late January. If you sign up for one of those, I think the price right now is $495. You sign up for either one, guess what? Sign up for the virtual, you'll get to attend the one in Austin at no additional cost included, okay? But you'll get the replays, the class we taught a couple months ago, and can start learning what to say, what not to say, okay? Oh, you're in South Dakota. Well, when you say SD, I don't know what that means. What county in South Dakota are you in, Marcy? I am not a psychic. SD stands for San Diego to me, not South Dakota. All right, let's change it up here. Whoops. All right, go back here. All right. What county is that in? Mount Rushmore. Okay. I don't know how many people are going to be up in your neck of the woods. It's probably it's a lot less than probably other places, but we'll look here. All right, so we go here, let's do, so you don't have an assessor's office, so that's probably, let's go to the mapping and just look there, go to data online. Let's try that out first. Let's see if it lets me do it. No, some of these counties are. Nope, I don't want to do that. All right, let's do this. We're looking for, let's go back here. And lots of other. Let's try rapid map. Maybe it will work. Gotta love government websites when they're slow. Okay, come on, baby. Work hard. Come on through. Come on. Well, while that's pulling up the background, we're gonna jump over to the county clerk and look there too. So if you go to the Register of Deeds, certificate of real estate value. Let's see here if we can find other. Some of these you may have to go in person to do it yourself. Let's try that. Yeah, this is such a. Yeah, you're going to probably have to go into this county itself. They're not very. Let's try one more thing here. Let's try certificate of real estate value. Maybe that'll help. Nope, that's not going to help. So some of these smaller counties like this, you're not going to find a lot of folks there, but you can go to, like I said, Netra Online for any other county. You could go all of Ohio. Ohio is a hotbed of Hamilton County and other counties there. Yeah, see, yeah, they want you to fill that out. That's not what we're looking for here. Okay. And okay, come on. Let's try one more thing here. Let me try something else. Yeah, this is one they want you to go in. So let's you pick a different county. Sorry. I'm on Pennington County. Yes, I'm telling you that I'm Pennington County. It's not giving you like the correct search things for it. So you're gonna have to go into this county. It's one of those small counties that wants you to go in. They don't have the stuff online like everybody else does. So let's try one more thing here. Yeah, see, there's no search button here to type in a name. Search like we just did. So sorry, Pennington County sucks. All right. Anyway, guys, sometimes you got to check about it. It's not this. Okay, you're not listening to me. This is just searching the whole website. This is not the right search area to type in the deed search. It's not the same thing. Okay. Not like what we just shared with the where you actually on these other websites was actually a search thing in the actual county for it. That's just a straight website search. It's not the right search to type in a name to find it. Okay. So moving on. All right, everybody. Well, there you go. If you're running issues in a small county and they don't have you an on-site search, it's too small. Go to a bigger county. You'll have better success by going other places. But you have this computer, this amazing thing called Google, that if you need to find another county, guess what? What county is Chicago in? That's in Cook County. What county is Indianapolis in? That's Marion County. And going to Marion County in Indianapolis and doing a search there, very simple to do, ladies and gentlemen. Not every county is, if you're in a rural county, it may not be online, but guess what? It's the 21st century. You probably want to be efficient where there's a lot of people at. So look at your major cities, the major counties in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, by all means. All right. Florida is pretty easy to search as well. Orange County, Hillsborough County, Collier County, Lee County, Duval County in Florida will give you plenty of people there as long. You don't need a lot, but just got to start searching and going for that route. And one of the things that we'll cover next week is what you want to say and what you don't want to say when you're marketing to investors. So thank you for the topic. I had a couple people ask the question, so we'll discuss that next Monday night on Note Night in America. But go out, take some action. Thanks for listening. Make sure you give us a 5-star review if you're listening on the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you at the top, everybody. Bye.